Salute, salute, salute. How everybody doing today? Well, ain't nobody up in here, but I want to know, how do y'all feel about this whole Charlie Kirk situation? All opinions matter. All opinions matter. I want to hear from y'all perspective on what y'all think and how y'all feel about it. Yeah, cause it's been crazy. People been going crazy. I've been seeing people cry, just all type of stuff. I seen a non FBA lady crying. I was like, why are you crying? I mean, it's a messed up situation. Dude got assassinated in front of his kids. His daughter ran up to him, but man, that's crazy. It's a little kick. But yeah, I want to hear y'all opinions on this whole situation. I ain't got no dog in this fight. But like I said, all opinions matter. So it will be greatly appreciated if you give me your opinion on how you feel about the situation. Me, I feel like there's gonna be some repercussions with it. For every action, it's a reaction. You know, they can't say it was somebody black, can't say it was somebody Hispanic. It was one of your own people that did it. See, and that's why you can't judge a book by its cover. You know how everybody try to group every race in one box and say we all one way. No, we not like that. Everybody got their own thinking, their own mindset, and how they feel. Even your own people, your skin folk, don't agree with what you do just because we the same skin tone. It don't work like that. And that's the downside of things too. People don't never talk about it. They always try to bunch us up in the group like, oh, well, all these people feel like this and all these people feel like that. Nah, we all independent thinkers. Now you got people that are influenced. Yo,
Like
yo,
Moss. What it do?
what up? What up? Yeah. But you got the
Ain't
people
nothing.
that's influenced.
Yeah, you cooking
You got
good, bro. Real
yeah,
talk.
you
You
got
cooking.
you got the people that's influenced. They don't have their minds and they gonna go off of what everybody else say because it's the popular thing to do. So that's why I said I'm gonna host an open panel and everybody can speak on how they feel. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like
What's up?
don't get me wrong. I don't. I'm not a conservative. So I'm not gonna say I agree with what he's saying. Like I was saying, that's why I was uploading the clips. You got white people that speaking out against this man. They not poor. I get they liberal, so they don't agree with his whole talking points. Me personally, Anybody that's doing that, like from back in the day, I feel like they have ties to the people that cause harm and fear amongst black people.
Absolutely.
But that's just me. That's just how I feel. Like it's the 21st century. Why are we still having these arguments and debates about this? You cannot dictate, you cannot control, you cannot tell nobody how to live their lifestyle, how they supposed to feel, what they supposed to do. You know, we got the freedom and the liberties to do what we want to do. Well, that's what they make it seem like we do, but we don't. So, you know, so I'm just trying to get everybody's opinion on it. Salute, Miss Whitty.
Yeah, salute to the chat, man. You hit it on the head though, man. Like, like I voted Trump, man, no doubt about it, but I ain't vote for them like far right extremists or them, just high racist, speaking motherfuckers. This dude right here was just a blatant, disrespectful piece of shit. And you know what I mean? He was well educated. But at the same, he had great communication skills as far as speaking from a 31-year-old speaking to teens and younger adults and things of that nature. He could, of course you can speak better when you're older and got a little more influence. The dude was like, I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt because I never heard of him until he got shot. Never heard of this dude. Never heard of him at
Yeah,
all. Like my first time hearing about him was when he got assassinated. So I gave him the benefit of the doubt, did a decent article on him. Then I did a show on YouTube. I did a podcast on it, and I was just playing all the things I could find, from him speaking and stuff like that. Like I said, I never heard of him, never heard nothing come out of his mouth up until the assassination. And this dude was blatantly racist. You know what I mean? Like blatantly racist. The fact that you got black people, brown people, or anybody of color feeling sorry for this piece of shit goes to show you the influence on social media and how it can flood your mind and make you believe something that's completely not true. I've been seeing uh these posts with black quarterbacks giving money. It's all AI. It's all artificial information. Like it's not real. It's not true. Like, you know what I mean? Like they trying to convince people that this guy was a martyr when in fact this guy was a undercover racist. Um, didn't know his place. Didn't know how to communicate with the mass. Like it was nowhere far he could go because he spewed out so much hate. Anytime you spew out the amount of hate that he was spewing out, there's no way you could be elected in high officials and things of that nature. So I'm willing to say that the dude possibly set up a suicide or like some type of Illuminati sacrifice to make sure he's a martyr. Could be from his own. It could be from his own camp because, like I said, this guy was spewing a lot of racial hate towards trans, towards blacks, towards just everybody who was pretty much white. You
yeah,
know, he had some of the worst things to say, and then his focuses and things of that nature, like he could, like he was the answer is ridiculous. And the way people are treating people who don't care to hear this dude, that goes to show you how sick motherfuckers is too. Like it's not a debate. Um, they bring up Trump all the time. Trump has never said nothing like this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like people, we all make statements and stuff like that, but when at the level that he was talking, this dude was supposed to be behind a bulletproof glass, you know, uh, window and things like that. He wasn't supposed to be, willy nilly out there free like that, running his mouth, spewing that kind of hate. You see what I'm saying? Like that was just wrong, man. He should never be at no college. No college should ever allow somebody like that to even be speaking. You see what I'm saying? Because it starts with just trains, then it goes to this, then it goes to that. You see what I'm saying? Like worried about what other people doing in their life and how they live in their life is ridiculous. Like that's some of the most bitch made ghetto shit you can be doing. So when you get politicians or anybody who influencers who are concerned about gays and trans and all that kind of shit, man, that's small minded shit. Small minded shit, man. We should be focused on traveling to other worlds and shit like that, going deeper in the ocean. We should be focused on, high speed Amtraks, you know what I'm saying? Cross country. Like, we should be focused on bettering the people, more pay, you know what I'm saying? Better jobs. You know what I'm saying? We should be focused on a whole lot more than worried about who somebody fucking. You know what I'm saying? That shit is small minded talk. You know what I mean? Who somebody fucking. You understand? Like, that shit is ridiculous. And that was some of the things he was speaking on before he was assassinated. He was talking about trans. Then he started asking the question about gun violence. The motherfucker started bringing up gangs and black people, all this old shit. Like, then he was taken out. So, like I said, man, the way he's out there going to these college campuses, talking to kids, filling their heads up with that bullshit. I don't know. I don't know how they didn't get that motherfucker a long time ago.
Yeah, nah, that's why I said that's why it's crazy. Like we done seen this time after time. They done tried this with the Proud Boys. Like it's nothing that y'all gonna do that's gonna kind of stop these people. But guess what? They could mobilize they radical groups and speak how they want to speak. But when other races do it, then it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
Or something messed up happened. Like well, some money misappropriation of funds, just a whole bunch of small things. Like so I said, it's getting to the point where it's gonna be a civil war. I personally, I feel like it's gonna be a civil war. You got the you got the right wing versus the left wing, and it's gonna happen. It's been heating up for the longest. It's not you won't expect your everyday poor white person and your everyday poor black person. They gonna be side by side fighting because people getting sick and tired of it. Like they turning it into like how they used to do over there in Europe, like when Napoleon Bonaparte was the king over there, when he was ruling over there. You're gonna have the people go against you, and then it's gonna cause a whole division. It's gonna be a split in the line in the sand with the people. Like we going too far, basically, and then too. That's what I'm not gonna lie. Me personally, bro, I feel like that's what they trying to turn the United States is. Like you got China, you got the dude that run China. He is no like unless they vote again, he will still be the president. You got Kim Jong Un over there with North Korea.
Right.
He there for a long time. His dad was there before him. It's in the lineage. So then you got Vladimir Putin. That dude, so while he went from being a president to become the prime minister, and he changed the law so he could stay the prime minister until he passed away.
Yeah.
So
And
you know what I'm
he
saying?
came.
Like
He came
it's
out
a
the
battle.
KGB. He
Yeah.
came out.
Then
Uh-huh.
I put up a short earlier. Why the heck is JD Vance? That nigga, I ain't even saying
Yeah,
that.
JD Vance some
Why
racist too. Yeah, no
he
doubt.
carrying his coffin. He carrying his
And it's
coffin
coffee.
like
Yeah.
no other time anybody else like it's people that's been unalive by the police, uh grown men doing it to kids, doing unaliving women. No time have you seen a president go out there and help assist with the casket to the Air Force Two. Like y'all giving him presidential treatment like he was just somebody that he was a young radical that was speaking his mind. Like it's crazy. So that, like I said, they basically agitating people to make them want to do it. Like I've been seeing on the news, the National Guard getting sent to Memphis, they getting sent to Chicago, Los Angeles. Like, so you basically gonna have the forces go against the people. Now, you know what I'm saying? I can see if they took over the city, but you just having them go at people just because. It's like you telling them basically F you. Then at the same time, it's the reason why the young people ain't trying to go get in the armed services no more. Like you using you militarizing the military on current like land. Like this is what it's not foreign land, like going to go do something. You doing it here. Like why are we at war with the government? Because of how we think and feel. You know what I'm saying? Like like I said, I don't be agreeing when they be going to go loot. I do none of that because that's pointless. Like yeah, they getting goods, but it's pointless. All they gonna do is replenish it. And if you know anything about the businesses, if you got insurance, the insurance gonna cover it. So if you go tear it up, they might have $1 million policy on their business. You burn it down, they gonna have a check on the way for them. So the money that they had up in there, they probably wasn't even projected to make that in a physical year. They gonna make it now, and then they can come back and do something different. But like I
Mhm.
said, that's just my opinion. I
Yes.
just was confused about seeing him carry that casket.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. Then that blew me back too. But like I said, JD Vance, he had made some statements earlier this year, and I could tell by the way he answered the questions he was a racist. You know what I'm saying? I never really paid attention to him. You know what I'm saying? I've been a fan. I grew up on watching Trump and you know what I'm saying, wanting to be up in things of that nature like that he was dealing with. So I overlooked a lot of his fans, a lot of his, you know what I'm saying, like, his supporters and things like that. But at the end of the day, for a non-politician, this dude was a content creator like me or you. This motherfucker wasn't no politician. He wasn't a government official. He wasn't nothing to do with the United States like that. The dude was a flat out racist. He covered it up with little smiles and undertones and things of that nature, but at the same time, he spewed out a lot of hate towards blacks, towards different you know genders and things like that of people. And so, there's no way he should even been allowed to even get that far in the game. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that they let him do that is the reason you see what happened on September 10th. We got to recognize too that these people like JD Vance, they perpetrate that they're all for the country and things like that. But then to sit up there and be the first in front of a casket of a racist shows everything about you. You know what I'm saying? That shows everything you stand for, everything about you, and it shows that you mean this country no good. You're a fucking racist too.
And like I feel like Trump basically was the placeholder for the dude JD Vance. Like whenever he decided he want to step down and get too off, his health start declining. Then it's like he handed it right to him. So when
Yeah.
the next election come, it's like a pass off. So boom,
Um,
there you go. Like now he's stepping up in office and he able to go talk about what he want to go talk about. And you got another 4 more years of this. Like I said, it's like we still stuck in time in the twilight zone. The same
yeah.
stuff they was talking about almost 100 years ago is still a problem. Ain't nothing changed. Like nothing changed, and
Mm-hmm.
that's why I feel like this too. When they had money or when people would get this money back in the day, they should have been putting themselves in power position so they can have say so. Or, certain things that they want to speak on that it would make sense. Salute D Ship. Yeah, it would make sense. But again, I'm just a blogger with my opinion, so I feel like that. Again, I don't agree with taking the life, but like I said, you agitating people. It was gonna happen one way or another. But again, it feel like it's the '80s all over again. Now you finna start seeing people attempt this because they getting sick and tired. So protesting it ain't doing enough. So now we got to make an example out of you. Then I bet you this. Now they gonna have Secret Service probably get sent to that man family and protect his wife and his kids for the remainder of their
Mm-hmm.
period. So I said you just like mobilizing racism. Like I said, this whole ideology. Everybody want to be a dictator, but they went over there to the Middle East and they said they was trying to stop that. Like it's not making, you know what I'm saying? It don't make sense. It don't make sense. You say you're going over there to try to clean this up just for you to come back over here and have your own country in shambles, and we can't like it's like we standing in the mirror pointing the finger back at your reflection. And like I said, people getting tired of it. The people really getting tired of it. I thought it was we are the people, but they lied to us. That whole we are the people analogy, it don't make sense, and it was a lie. So, I don't understand, but
What up, Shep?
you know, that's just how they running this shithole country. I ain't renouncing the country neither. I just it's a shithole, like it's
Yeah.
bullshit.
Well, that's the whole thing going on right now. You got a lot of high power racists, getting the attention that they don't deserve. And what's happening is getting more blatant and blatant. every year we're seeing more blatant disrespect from these nobodies who tend to gain traction through social media. Now, I'm not going to go against social media because everybody got a right to do and kick it how they kick it, but you can't expect someone to be in a position of power of amongst people and not have love for all people. You understand what I'm saying? It's just not going to work. You might not like what somebody has done or their background or whatever the case, but to be as judgmental as this guy was, there's no surprise to me that he was, taken out in that type of way. Um, we got to really understand that, like, this country is built off of the backs of uh, Black Americans, ancestry, wars, deceit. You understand what I'm saying? Betrayal and things of that nature. And when motherfuckers speak against reparations, that's my first clue that this is a racist piece of shit. You understand what I'm saying? And when you get on stage and you make these claims of I'm not a slave owner and you're never a slave, so why should you deserve reparations when you got Jews who got it, Japanese who got it, you got all kind of people, races who got reparations for nowhere near the amount of agony and pain that black folks went through for hundreds of years. So this dude is really, what I'm saying, like, really out of his fucking mind. Every time you go downtown, every building you see that came, majority of those buildings came from the money funded through the slave trade, the money funded off of free labor that they made off of blacks. Um, man, Charlie Kirk was a piece of shit. There's no doubt about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I tried to look over everything and, really get a full analyst of who this guy really was and what he really meant and what he stood for. And what he stood for was uh, racism. He stood for he used Christianity to push this trash movement of nothing. You know what I'm saying? These people that's out here doing all this whooping and hollering, these motherfuckers are paid actors. There's no way, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers can have this much compassion for a piece of shit like that. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? No,
I seen a news reporter got fired from CNN for
yeah,
speaking out about it. That's why I say
yeah,
it's like I thought you were supposed to have freedom of speech, but we really ain't got no freedom of speech. You can't speak and say what you want to say because it's gonna offend them, and you got to be sensitive. But when they say stuff that's offensive, we got to suck it up and deal with it because oh
mm,
well. That's why I said it's everything is a contradiction. It don't make sense. Nothing makes sense, but it makes sense. It makes sense to them as long as it don't affect them. Then it's all good. But when it start affecting them, then you got to change it up. That's why I say it's like all bullshit. No lie. Like it's all bullshit. It's like damn it if you do, damn it if you don't.
mm-hmm,
And that's why I said is eventually people finna start spazzing out and they gonna start reacting in a way that they ain't never seen them react. And guess what? What they gonna be able to do? Nothing besides say, oh man, like, well, I don't think y'all should do that. No, you in order to solve a problem, you gotta fix it. No solutions. Like it's a whole bunch of things they need to fix around here that they ain't fixing. And now they gonna, midterms gonna come up. So this gonna be a reason why they try to pass some other little laws and stuff into legislation and all that. Like trying to, making it saying, oh well, this happened because of this. Like
yeah.
plays and they run plays, the government, they all run plays and propaganda. They be in on this.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was his own people that got rid of him. Because, like I said, the agenda he was pushing, yeah, it goes along with the conservative, but at the same time, you being a racist, man, you tearing their brand down when you being just a flat out, you know what I'm saying, public racist like that. So it could have came from anywhere.
That's why I say, I mean, I seen a little footage too of the dude after he did it. He escaped down. He jumped off the roof and all that. arm imprint was on there, so that's how they said they found him. And his people
Yeah,
gave
they
him up,
yeah,
but
they got the motherfucking then make it so bad. His daddy turned him in.
yeah, because
Yeah,
well, he was scared of what was gonna happen. Then you up in Utah. Utah is his own little land, his own country out there. You know them Mormons, so they damn near they was not in a city like as far as like Salt Lake. They basically got control over that. Anything you do, they're gonna try to punish you to the full extent if you're not one of them. That's just how they are. And you got to go to Utah to see that for yourself. Like, I went down there. I was out there for like a day when I was waiting on a layover flight, and I
uh-huh.
seen it for myself.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm. Same shit.
yeah, so that's why I
Yeah,
said I seen
been
how
to
it was, the
Colorado.
atmosphere.
Yeah, I've been to Colorado for a few days or whatever, but Utah that really be like a layover, So I've been there a few times on layovers and shit like that. But
Yeah, but now I left out the airport and I went around the city, so that's how I was able to see it. That's how I was able to see firsthand. Like, man, they act like they never seen a black person. And what's crazy is Tongans is kind of the people from the islands that's down there. It wasn't them. It was just the white people down there that were looking like, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing here?
mhm.
So that's why I said, like, in that little region right there, all for what's that, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, all that's in that little box right there. All these people act strange and odd.
Yeah,
Like,
all the way up to Seattle, all the way up to
yeah.
Seattle to Alaska. That's when you gonna find like the richest, racist motherfuckers on the planet.
Well, I mean, I ain't gonna. Well, I'm not gonna say that because it's diverse. It's a little bit more diverse. Like
Well,
you
yeah,
have
yeah,
no
yeah.
choice
As
but to
far
be
as far as
diverse. But
Seattle,
I'm
but
saying
see, you look at
I've been to Wyoming before. I've been to Idaho. So that's what I'm saying. Like from my opinion,
mm,
from what I've seen, I never been up there, so I can't say, oh yeah, this is what for sure. But I'm saying like me just going out there, being out
yeah,
there for days, I was able to see it. So
yeah.
that's why I said it's crazy.
Start with California, then go to Oregon, then go to Seattle. Most of the motherfuckers racing in Seattle, they on the outskirts, on the little island parts. Seattle got a gang of islands on the edge, on the coast, on the west coastline of Washington, and that's where you find them. Same thing with Oregon, they racist as hell too. I've been out there, and that shit was crazy.
I mean,
Uh,
Oregon, they legalized LSD, so that should tell you that. That should tell you
yeah,
everything you need to know.
yeah. Oregon, what they do is people like in Montana or Minneapolis and shit like that, Wyoming and all them places. What they do is they ship their junkies to Oregon or California. They give them a bus ticket and everything, and like $1,000, and tell them to get the fuck on, and they ship them out there because they know that they got laws that protect junkies and shit. But or I ain't gonna say junkies to protect drugs and stuff. So it's it's um it's a big clusterfuck of white privilege that goes on. I mean, racism right now is not the same as it once was, where they just blatantly telling you they racist. Right now, they get you at job sites. They get you at, when you evolving at a work job and you trying to get to a high position. That's when the racism comes out.
Man, I learned this a long time ago. I don't talk politics and none of that with people. I don't even talk about that. When they ask me, I don't care. I don't know. No matter if I'm cool with them, because it's gonna lead to a argument. I'm not gonna like what you're gonna have to say, or I'm not gonna agree with you, and you might not agree with me. So just to end that, we just want to have a conversation. And so I don't have to get mad and feel no type of way. I'm just not about to go back and forth with you.
Mm-hmm. That's a good way of dealing with that. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you got any kind of social status or whatnot. But at the same time, you know, when people ask your opinion, they do expect it. But like you just said, it's gonna be, if it's gonna be like a detrimental decision to do, then you might need to think twice. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever you say, it's gonna always be there. Um, like I said, man, I tried to get a dude like the benefit of the doubt, and then once I did the research and everything on this dude, man, this dude was a blatant, flat out, right extremist, racist. You know what I'm saying? Individual. Everything he said was, it catered to white people, and it catered, and and he overlooked all the disadvantages of black people that's been put on them in this country. You know what I'm saying? That's just like, um, you you in a situation where the government done took everything from you at one point in time, and then rape, pillage, maimed, and everything like that. They worked you for free for hundreds of years, so your people could build up hundreds of millions of trillions of dollars to still oppress people in this day and time. And people tend not to think that the slave money has traveled this far when it has. Like majority of the bankers, just like in New York, the stock exchange and all that kind of shit. That was a slave head. That was a slave trade headquarters and stuff like that. Like they was insuring the slaves and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot. It's a lot, man. It's a lot that we have to endure. You know what I'm saying? Just to be something. And that's what the problem is, man. We're going through the most just to have a little something, and then you got shit like this who trying to keep us at a lower rate. You see what I'm saying? Motherfuckers be like, he ain't racist. He got pictures with black people, and I mean, when you trying to fake the funk, man, motherfuckers take pictures with people they don't like all the time. You know what I'm saying? When you faking it, you take pictures with motherfuckers who you don't like all the time, man. Like that's just what politics is about. You shake hands with people you don't like. You take pictures with people you don't like. That's a part of the game.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. It just politics is a weak game. What's up, Mia?
What you feel lying about?
I'm not lying about nothing. I'm talking about what happened with that dude. I'm just asking people for
Oh,
their opinions, how they
oh,
feel
I
about
want
it.
you talking about that. You want me to tell you
Charlie
how I
Kirk.
feel about it?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. George. You
your
know,
audio
you
going in
hear
and out. Hold
George
on.
strong.
Hold on. Say something now. Say something now, Mia.
My clear.
Somewhat, you somewhat clear.
It's a little better.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, everybody' opinion matters, so I'm not tripping if it's good or if it's bad. You on your
I'll be back.
Bluetooth?
I'll be back.
Yes, might have to come back up or something.
But
But
yeah, like I said, I just everybody's opinion is valid, no matter if you like him or not. I didn't know who he was, never heard of dude. I seen it, and I was like, man, that's crazy. Like I said, because I just was saying, man, people not doing that no more. They ain't not here attempting on people's lives no more. So I spoke it up into existence. Know what I'm saying so. You know, what's gonna happen next? Like I said, who can they blame? They can't say it was somebody that was poor or they minority that did it. It was your own people. Your own people don't like what you're saying, so you might want to reevaluate it.
yeah, that's the whole thing about it. Like he was murdered by he was killed by an alleged white dude.
And you
So
know what's funny too? The little dude had a for Halloween a couple years ago. That little dude had he took a picture with somebody with a Donald Trump outfit costume. So what they gonna say? Oh well, no.
that's
It,
why
if
that's
you
why
know Utah is conservative.
that's why I made the statement. Like I make the statement about just because I voted Trump don't mean I voted for these racist motherfuckers that fuck with him or that support him. Like that shit does not mean that I am uh uh a supporter of any ignorance or anything of that degree. And I honestly feel like the way they treat Trump is the way they want the way that Charlie Kirk is acting. They want him to be what Charlie Kirk is showing you he is. and that's just not the case. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hadn't heard no bullshit or anything, any rhetoric to the degree of um what Charlie Kirk has put out there. Like, this guy's out here spewing out a whole lot of hate. You know what I mean? A whole lot of hate. And like I said, that type of bullshit starts with that. It starts with judging other people. It starts with, getting in other people's business, stuff like that, instead of worrying about the country and uplifting. Like, that, like, they use the trans and, black situation as diversions, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, keep people off what they really focused on. You know what I mean? Like, they'll speak on this and speak on that, but all that shit be diversion. All that shit be diversions, man.
Everything, majority of the stuff that they display is a diversion.
Hmm.
That's why it's called entertainment. It's to make you think and sway your opinion. Like I said, everything. If you agree or disagree, well, they're gonna give you a reason why you shouldn't. So that's why I said it's crazy. It's all diversion. Like, you gotta, if you study this human behavior, then you will know. Like, a lot of the stuff that they do, this is stuff that they went to school and practice, so they know how to play with the psyche and the mind to get people in their feelings and emotional about it, so they can have a response. And they feel like if they got get you to make a response, then they got you. Do everybody catch on and comprehend to it? No. But again, so I said that's the crazy part about it.
Yeah, like they threatening HBCUs because of this Kirk dude did. They now they want to threaten these HBCUs when HBCUs have nothing to do with it at all.
Yeah,
They
it didn't have no HBCU student didn't do it. It was one of
didn't
y'all
do it.
own.
You know what I'm saying?
He
Got
from
that.
he from he from Southwest he from Washington Utah, Washington
Hmm.
County. So like I said, you can't go around. I don't think it's no HB. I don't even know if it's a HBU has Oklahoma, Kansas or something like that. I never heard of no HBCU. I know a lot of the people that come from the West Coast, they come down south for the HBCUs or go to the East Coast for that. So
Hmm.
that's just the way, like I said, that's just the way of them trying to scare you and make you feel like it's a sense of fear.
Yeah, it's all brainwashing. That's why I was saying. That's why you seeing black folks, like you seeing the or AI videos, like they want black folks to feel this imaginary pain that's not even there, and the ones who are doing the most are the ones who, you know what I'm saying, pretty much been brainwashed and duped. There's no
Yeah,
way somebody of color should have any kind of compassion to the level of you're gonna cry for this fucking maggot. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just out the window. Like, I
well,
can't.
be ship because the news do it. So that's why I said I just want to get people opinions. Anybody can come and say something. The people that support them, people who dislike them, everybody opinion is valid.
Right. The reason to speak on it, for one, is it's a trending topic, so it's good for the channel as far as the growth. Um, that's one reason. Two, the other reason is to enlighten the ones who may not understand what's really happening. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you got black kids up here looking at this dude as a role model, then you can tell that this thing has gotten out of hand. You see what I'm saying? And we need more righteous brothers with full understanding of what's going on to get out here and start speaking, because there's no way a white man of that type of stature should have any kind of influence on a young black man at all. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? You know,
like I
it's,
say, people gonna be free. Like it was the little black dude that was supporting Trump. They used to be going to the rallies. In a perfect world, it sounds good, but again, like I said, you got people coming from different walks of life. Every black person ain't go up in the ghetto. Not every white person grew up rich in a mansion. So that's why I said it's the people. The people as
yeah,
a whole. they can agree and disagree. Like I said, that's why majority of the time when you get to talking about politics, it get murky because some feel like this, some feel like that. Like I don't got no problem with nobody that support Trump. That's what you do. That's what you do. It don't bother me. I'm still gonna keep living.
Right.
Now, like I said, we can either have a conversation and engage in it, or we can argue. That's it. That's all that's gonna become of it. You still gonna support him when we separate. I'm still gonna dislike him. So that's just my opinion. And that would be like I said, with any if it was somebody that I supported that they didn't support, they still gonna dislike him. I still might agree with him. So they just I'm just having the conversation. We ain't gonna argue about it or none of that. It's not gonna ever get to that point. I'm not gonna have a conversation with anybody to the point where we gonna argue. Like I said, we gonna agree to disagree and move on and change the topic. Because
Hmm.
why are we arguing or getting mad at each other, getting emotional over something that don't have
Yeah.
nothing to do with neither one of us? We don't
Yeah.
have a connection to them. You just like I said, everybody agree and disagree with they points. Like it was some people that like Kamala Harris, some people that didn't. Everybody opinion matter. Some people had a reason why, some people don't. Some is valid, some not. I feel like the people that was affected by it that was in California, they got a valid reason. But if you wasn't affected by what she did, then it's kind of like putting a stretch. It's like putting stank on it and a stretch on it. You shouldn't do that because it wasn't affected. You can't assume what she will and won't do until she do it. You just gotta let time shall tell. She'll tell you. All you can do is give her a benefit of the doubt, or give anybody the benefit of the doubt. And if they prove you different, then that's when you go that you're right and you know how to react from off of that.
Hmm. It should never have to get that far as of action of violence or anything like that when the discussions come to politics. But what's happening is that you got people who feel like their opinion is more substantial than the next, and that's where the bloodshed, that's where the betrayal, the crossing, and the physicalness and everything like that come into play because motherfuckers don't know how to just sit down and have a visual conversation. Man, we watch these people every couple of years or every couple of months, whatever, get on these podiums and they speak. One listen, one responds. That's how conversation goes. You gotta listen, respond, listen, respond, listen, respond. There's no reason why they can get up there, have these heated conversations, then go play golf and eat dinner together, and then, but we gotta, get physical or shoot somebody or whatever. Because we gotta be some type of violence or something. Um, I will say this: when you cross the line as a part of disrespecting others to the degree of their lifestyle and their well-being, then you're begging for, things of this nature to happen. Like I told y'all, and I stress this, I can't say this enough. I never heard of this dude until he got shot on film. Never heard
Well,
of him.
I never heard of them. I heard of Turning Point before because of Candace
Mhm.
Owens. She was like the poster child for it, and it was somebody else. Like I said, I remember what was that in 2020 when Trump then was running again, and the black dude that used to be at the university that was uh that was voting for him, and he was saying he was a big fan of, like I said, what make you sleep. It don't has no effect. It doesn't affect me at all. So you know, I'll just be looking at it like, all right, cool. Like you got those people. You got those people. I ain't gonna disrespect them and call them this, like I said, because they got their reason why they mess with them. And like I said, my life experience ain't the same as their life experience, so I can't tell them what they should feel and what they should think about it because I haven't been through what they've been through, and they haven't been through what I've been through. It just make me question like why, but like I said, it's like how many if a person tell you this, like people don't understand it, like at the end of the day, they gonna look at it as crazy. You might agree with them or not. They gonna look at you like you just another statistic. Now you got some that's down to earth that's cool with you, so they probably won't. They probably won't, but you got the ones that do. They're gonna look at you this certain type of way. So why give it like even giving them an inkling of doing that? If you get what I'm saying.
Mhm. Yep, it's very clearly. For him to be at these type of places, colleges and all that kind of shit, man, it just goes to show you where his mind was, and things of that nature. Because if you felt this strong, why you not out there with grown men, stepping up to them with it and seeing how far it go? You choose to go to where it's less people your age. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get it wrong, college got all ages of people. They got people 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, and mid-teens and things like that. But it's majority mid-teens and younger, like younger 20s, people in their 20s and stuff.
Yeah, but like I say again, like they agitating. Like I can speak on the stuff that's happening in Illinois. He's saying, "Oh, we're gonna send them there to stop the violence." They ain't been able to stop no violence nowhere in town. And whenever people decide to go against the grain, that's what they're gonna do. No matter
Mhm.
what group of people it is, it didn't happen time after time. Just unfortunately, when we do stuff, they gonna make a big deal out of it, and they gonna make us the poster child of it. Like I said, they do it with the black on black crime. Like black on black crime, it's a focal point. But guess what? We not even the majority of the population. We not. We only 12%. Why y'all putting a focal point on that? Yeah, and y'all not doing nothing to change the situation to make people not want to do it. You're making
Mhm.
it worse.
Make
You
it
know what I'm
work.
saying? Same with Hispanics. Hispanic on Hispanic is not that. It's just people doing stuff. Like
Yeah,
y'all not making the conditions or giving nobody a choice or option for them to change their surroundings in this situation. Like
yeah.
me personally, bro, I feel like this too. Hold on. I feel like
Mhm.
this. Everybody need like an acre or 2 acres of their own land. We all stacked up on top of each other. That just like I said, that's just simple stuff as far as like if you got siblings. You be around your siblings long enough, you're gonna start getting annoyed by them, feeling disgusted. Not saying that you don't love your siblings, you just gonna start getting annoyed by them from the things that they do. You get agitated. So that's why I say a lot of people need space. And then again, you don't know what mental state a person in when you're saying these things. So you got to think about that. Like you got to think about all this when you're speaking. When you're speaking wild and loosely, you got to take that into consideration. That it's crazy people out here. Like crazy for the way you think and insane, and there's another insane person that's gonna act or react on it. You know what I'm saying? You got to expect the unexpected.
Gotta expect the unexpected. Um, every race is gonna have a level higher when it comes to their own race. Whites gonna kill whites, blacks gonna kill blacks, Mexicans gonna kill Mexicans, Asians gonna kill more Asians, Arabs gonna kill Arabs. It's as simple as that. Now, my thing about that is when one race tends to act like it doesn't happen to them, but it happens to everybody else when they say like the assassins and the massacres and shooters and stuff, they can be like, white people will say, well, we don't do anything. We don't do this type of stuff. We don't do it. Majority of the people who go on shooting sprees and things like that are white. It's as
I
simple as
beg
that.
to differ though. You got to think about it. What's his name? John Lennon. Wasn't no black person that did that. One of his own crazy fans.
No,
Terrorists.
I never said no. No, that's my
No,
point.
no, I'm saying, I'm agreeing with you. I'm
Oh,
saying
okay,
they
okay, yeah,
said that this is what we do. Like
yeah, that's what
they
they
put a,
did.
they focal point on everybody else instead of what they do. Like I
Exactly.
said, everything,
You know,
everything that they point the finger at us and say that we do, they do
they
times 10.
do it. They do it.
Everything, everything,
Yeah,
everything
that's
bad,
man. Listen,
and it's
man.
mostly bad. It's more
That's
bad than good.
they whole characteristic be bitch made shit when it comes to other people and they race like just like a bitch. Like some of them most of they don't take accountability, and so they'll like put put their situation and throw it on you. You know what I'm saying? And so you gotta like just know what you're dealing with, what you do with. White people tend to, not all but most, especially the right extremists, the right nationalist group, like those extreme people, those extreme racists, they tend to blame others for their mishaps when they have all the privilege, all the freedom, all the justice. They get all these special perks of being white in America, and the fact that they sit up here and deny anything. You break up any kind of massacre, any kind of non-professional or just heinous act, and the motherfuckers act like they don't know nothing about it. But they quick to try to justify George Zimmerman. They quick to question OJ. They quick to what I'm saying. Question King and X and all these guys and Farrakhan and everything like that. They'll question anything that can help and rebuild the mind of black people. You understand what I'm saying? They'll question anything that can assist a black person into being a better person. And we gotta recognize, man, a lot of these people just they ain't our friends. We gotta recognize when we go to the doctors, when we go get a lawyer, when we go see a judge, when the police officer pulling over, like the people who do our homes, the people who fix our cars. Like we gotta start looking at these people. Are they racist or not? Are they gonna do the job or not? Is somebody white gonna get better treatment because they white? Is somebody black gonna get less treatment because they black? Like it's all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Systematic racism is all over the place, but it's just not like it used to be as far as just being blatantly disrespectful. Now they got jobs and corporations that they spew the hate in accent and things like that. I don't think nobody should be losing their job over an opinion over this guy. Whether it be opinion I agree with or whether it doesn't. I don't think nobody should be losing their job.
But
They
that
said
just showing you that they're just showing you what the agenda control. Like they basically telling you like shit, agree with it, or if you don't, then this is what's gonna happen. Man, that's the whole purpose of the whole reversal of the DEI situation. Like, what was that? Like, you basically said fuck these people and all this, so we can basically tell you no, like, say if your name is different, if it's not a common black name, now they got a valid reason to not hire your ass on a job. They got a
mm,
valid reason because he reversed it. Like
yeah,
all that come into play. Everything that it might not seem like it affects it. So guess what? Now it's like shit. Like, are you my like you said? Are you my friend? You're not my friend. Because anybody else that agree with you or they want to see you win or do better, they not stopping that. They basically gonna try to make sure that it benefits you in the best way.
absolutely. And that's another thing right there. When you hop out there in this field, so we just go what we're doing right now. We content creator. Okay, let's say we one of us gain fame, both of us gain fame in this shit. Let's say it really takes off, and it's possible. But let's say it really takes off. Okay, cool. Now we gotta watch our undertones a little more because we catering to a bigger audience. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're not already kind of media programmed or whatever the case may be. So you gotta watch your undertone. You gotta watch how you deal with shit. You gotta watch how you kick it. You gotta watch this. You gotta know what I'm saying, certain things. But when you don't watch your mouth, when you don't understand that it's more than, you know, your normal set of people listening, you can upset the wrong person. And I'm pretty sure no matter what you do, you can upset anybody. But at the same time, when you got 7 million followers and all that kind of shit, yeah, you can trust and believe, maybe one of them guys might do something to you. You know what I'm saying? So, um, this thing has just gotten all fucked up, man. We gotta watch who fixing the food. You know what I'm saying? We gotta watch a lot of shit, man. We gotta watch who, you know what I'm saying, fixing our drinks at clubs. Gotta watch it. We gotta watch everything that's going on. You know what I mean? Like right now, man, these people are having an agenda and they want to blame somebody black for their own, just, I don't know why. They just like probably the same way black people blame Trump. Don't even really, want to see anything good he does. They want to see how bad. Like it's just a lot of representation out here, and it's a lot of ill will, a lot of false hate. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to come together, man. Like this is just getting beyond ridiculous. There's no way black babies should be feeling any kind of way for this piece of shit Charlie Kirk at all. I shouldn't see no black kids crying. I shouldn't be seeing no grown black women or men shedding tears for this crap. This is crazy. This goes to show you that social media has taken over the emotions and the minds of some of everybody.
Media been doing that though, way back to the TV. Way back. They've been doing
Oh
this. Like I
God, what
said,
up?
it's a control thing. Advertisement. That's what the purpose of a billboard for. Like I said, it's gonna give you a reaction. If you look up and you read it, you're gonna think about it. It might be something that's catchy. They catch your brain and have you sitting right there thinking about it all day. Like that's why I say if you know about behavior science and the science of the human brain, the way we think and stuff that make us think, you can already kind of see it from there. Like this is what goes on. They purposely do this certain type of stuff. Like this could have been anybody else. They're gonna show it on the news. They want people to have sympathy and empathy for them and show it over and over and over and over and over until they get the heartstrings of people, and then they gonna go from there. Like I said, before then, you ain't really seen well besides the little election stuff last year, attempting on people like nobody not doing that. And then, like I said, with them, that's the case. Why you didn't do it to the dude that started Proud Boys? Why didn't do it to George Zimmerman? The little dude with the Kenosha stuff in Wisconsin. They didn't do it, but like I said with him, it just was going too far. But again, as I said, what he was talking about now, this don't this I just seen him say that he finna make all the people, the T word people from the alphabet community, separating them, he making it mandatory in the country to separate them from the women's prison and making them go back to the men's prison. That's why I said it's finna be a whole big old battle. It's shit bigger than us. It's bigger than like the little topics that they point. It's just gonna cause a whole bunch of confusion. I don't have no problem with what they're doing, but like I said, it's just gonna cause more confusion.
Yeah, that's
That's all it is. You
that's
gonna they you
that,
going
that
this people this shit can have a spiral effect. Like it might, like you said, the prison shit. One of them might be mad and pissed off and come back out in the free world and really just start offing people. You got to worry about that. All this shit coming to play. But I'm finna get out, bro, because my phone finna die. So I'll come
I
back
should
on later. Like I said, I'm gonna talk about this until I can't talk about it no more.
I hey, it's a bit, Mike. Hey, salute to the chat, man. Shout out to everybody that tapped in, man. Catch you later.
All right.
For sure.